morning all. Today we will start the next chapter of chemistry, that is matter around us is pure. Is matter around us pure? The second chapter of chemistry is matter around us pure? In previous chapter we have learned about matter and its physical classification. As we know that matter, anything around us which has mass and occupies space is known as matter. And matter can be classified by the two ways: physical classification and chemical classification. On the basis of physical classification, matter is divided into three parts, that is solid, liquid and gas. Matter, anything around us which has mass and occupies space is known as matter. And there are two classification of matter: physical classification and chemical classification. On the basis of the physical classification, matter is divided into three parts, that are solid, liquid and gas. About these three physical states we have learnt in the previous chapter, that is matter in our surrounding. In this chapter we will discuss about the chemical classification of the matter. On the basis of the chemical classification, matter is further divided into two parts: pure substance and impure substance. Or in this chapter is matter around us, we will discuss about the chemical classification of the matter. On the basis of the chemical classification, matter is divided into two parts: pure substance and impure substance. So, what do you mean by the pure substance? Pure substance is that substance which has same chemical composition, or the chemical composition of the substance remain same throughout the substance. Or in impure substance, if its chemical composition is not same throughout the compound, then that compound or that substance is known as a impure substance. For example, you take sugar solution. In sugar solution you add a lot of the quantity of the sugar in 1 glass of water. What do you observe? When you take 1 spoon of the sugar, it is sweeter in taste. But at the last, what do you observe? That a lot of the amount of the sugar is settled down at the bottom of the beaker, so that the last spoon of this solution is much sweeter than the previous one. It means its chemical composition or its composition is not same throughout the solution. Therefore, it is a impure substance. Impure substance, you take the example of the elements such as gold. In case of the gold, the chemical composition of its elements is same throughout the metal, so it is categorized as the pure substance. Now, on the basis of the chemical classification of matter, matter is divided into two parts: pure substance and second one is impure substance. Now, pure substance. What are the pure substances? Pure substances are those substances in which the chemical composition remain same, in which the chemical composition remains same throughout the substance or throughout the compound. It is known as the pure substance. And in impure substances are those substances in which chemical composition is not same throughout the substance. Means sometime the composition is more, at the next time the composition is lesser than the previous one. Only then we said the substance is impure. For example, we take air. In air, the composition of its gases, that is carbon dioxide or moisture or nitrogen as well as oxygen, is not same. When you move one place to another place, the composition of these gases are changes. For example, where the plants are more, in that area amount of carbon dioxide and oxygen are different in comparison to that place where the pollution is higher. It means in air, the composition of carbon dioxide, humidity, nitrogen as well as oxygen changes from place to place. Therefore, air is taken as the impure substance. Hence, we define the impure substance. Impure substances are those substances in which the chemical composition is not same. For example, air. Air is the one of the most common example of the impure substance. Now, division of the pure substances. Pure substances are further divided into two parts. First one is element and second one is compound. Pure substance or the pure substances are further divided into two parts, that are elements and compounds. Elements, which are made up of the same kind of the atoms, is known as element. For example, hydrogen, nitrogen, iron, silver, gold, etc. These all elements are made up of the same kind of the atoms, or they cannot be divided into the smaller substances. It's known as the element. And the compound, for example, carbon dioxide, water, calcium carbonate, etc. Compounds, these are those substances which are made up of two or more than two kinds of the atoms. For example, in carbon dioxide. In carbon dioxide, one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen are combined together to form one compound, that is one molecule of carbon dioxide. Similarly, in water molecule, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen are combined together to form one compound of water. Hence, the pure substances are further divided into two parts, elements and compounds. Elements which are not further divided into the smaller parts or which are made up of the same kind of the atoms are known as elements. Compounds which are made up of more than two types of the atoms are known as the compounds. For example, carbon dioxide and water. Next is classification of element. Elements are further divided into three parts, that are metals, non-metals and metalloids. Next is the classification of elements. Elements are further classified in the three parts, that are metals, non-metals and metalloids. All the elements which are exist in this universe are categorized as either metals or non-metals or metalloids. Now, what are the properties of metals, non-metals and metalloids? Metals, their physical state is generally solids, or they exist in solid state except mercury, which exists in the liquid state. Mercury is the exceptional case which exists in the liquid state. Otherwise, all the metals exist in the solid state. Non-metals, all the non-metals exist in the gaseous state except bromine, which is in liquid state, and iodine, which is in solid state. All the non-metals, they exist in the gaseous states such like hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, except bromine, which exists in liquid state, and iodine, which exists in the solid state. Except these two non-metals, all the other non-metals, they exist in the gaseous state. Next, metals, they are generally the good conductor of heat and electricity. All the metals, they are good conductor of heat and electricity. Therefore, they are used for making utensils as well as electric wires. Utensils are generally made up of the aluminium or steel, and the wires are generally made up of the copper. All the non-metals, they are bad conductor of heat and electricity except graphite, which is a good conductor of the electricity. All the non-metals, they are bad conductor of heat and electricity except graphite. Graphite is the only non-metal which is a good conductor of the electricity. Metals, they have the property of the sonority. Sonority means the property to produce sound. Non-metals, they don't have the property of the sonority. All the metals are malleable and ductile. Malleable and ductile means they are used for making wires as well as sheets. These properties are known as the malleability and ductility. Non-metals, they don't have such type of the properties. And one more example of the properties of the metals and non-metals. All the metals, they have shining appearance. Mostly metals, they have shining appearance, but non-metals, they don't have such properties. These are the some properties of basically metals and non-metals. What about the metalloids? Metalloids are those elements which have properties of metals as well as non-metals. Metalloids, they have properties of both metals as well as non-metals. For example, germanium, gallium, etc. These are the some examples of metalloids. This is the chemical classification of matter, and in chemical classification there are two types of the substance, pure substance and impure. Pure substances are further divided into two parts, elements and compound. And further elements are divided into three parts, metals, non-metals and metalloids. I hope this concept is clear to you.